And welcome back to more Sonic Unleashed. Last time we did 2 daytime levels in a row. Dragon Road and Rooftop Run. One we got an S rank, one we got a D rank, so I guess it all evens out. I'm a little sad I didn't get an E rank, which might sound really bizarre. But there's something really special that happens when you get an E rank, so I'm actually a little bummed that that didn't happen. It's a weird dynamic. It's like, I would have been happier if I'd done bad enough to get the E rank. So just getting a C rank or a D rank I find is like really anticlimactic because, you know, B and above is like you did okay. E, you get something funny, so yeah, C and D to me are the worst ranks actually. Alright, so now that we have completed both of the daytime stages that are available to us, we have another boss fight. Looks like we can't get in here yet. Let's try somewhere else. Or not. Okay, that's interesting. I thought the world map was telling us to go to Spagonia, so let's try talking to the professor again, because that seems to be working out for us. The keys you've gathered should get you into the Spagonia Temple, my boy. Godspeed, Sonic. The temple awaits you and the Chaos Emerald. Well then, wait. So we have the 2 keys, did we just literally need to talk to him to trigger the boss? If that's actually the case, I'm gonna question this, actually. I'm gonna question the logic behind this decision, if that's true. And I know for a fact that this is a daytime boss battle, so, yeah, that's gonna be... Okay, yeah, we just need to talk to the professor. That's really weird. Anyway, the Egg Devil Ray. Alright, no Eggman this time, just a bunch of robots. Now, I guess we did damage. I didn't think that would actually work. I thought I would get hit because there's like a force field. So here, what you need to do is basically get past the lasers, and then hit the cockpit of the, ship. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, apparently. I might die here, actually. Or miss an attack. I mean, I lived, so I guess I can't complain, but... I feel like, again, these little weird quirks of like, oh, you can't do the boss until you talk to Professor Pickle. It's things like that why I'm like, I like the game, but I kind of hesitate to say it's like a great game, because it just does a lot of baffling things like this. So like with the, Egg Beetle, I want to say there's a quick kill method. Sadly, I don't know the quick kill method. Never mind, that's the quick kill method, I think. Never mind, it has a force field now. Yeah, I feel like there's a way to do this fight much better than what I'm doing. I just unfortunately don't know what that way is. So we're taking it slow. That's a lot of lasers. Ow. There we go. Missed the Sun Medal again, but can't complain. So yeah, just kind of combo it like that. And then I'll put up a force field preventing you from continually comboing it. And then moved into 2D in a way where I couldn't get the medal. This fight is a little bit unwieldy, I'm gonna be honest. It's not great. I want to say the previous fight was much better. This fight just feels a little clunky by comparison. Like, I don't like Sonic's boss fights, really. I do find the bosses are like the weakest spot for me, because these are just kind of overly hectic, and I kind of have trouble understanding what I'm supposed to be doing sometimes. There we go. Not the cleanest run, but we did it. Yeah, not surprising. I kind of fumbled at the beginning before I got into the rhythm of the fight. Didn't even get that many medals out of it. 13 for the next level, so I'll have to keep that in mind. So, one thing I do want to mention is I kind of dislike how there's only one pre-rendered cutscene of the first piece going into place, and like the last two have just been the world map screen. It feels kind of cheap after that really spectacular cutscene for the first one, and then just like basic in-game model for the rest. Wonderful, another piece has returned. Good work, Sonic, my boy. Sonic, you must bring a Chaos Emerald to the Holoska Temple. You should have little problem getting inside now, my boy. Well then, do you have any further questions? Nope. You think they would be more freaked out about this section of the planet moving back into place? It's like when a section moves back, everyone's just kind of like, cool. You know, it's not like there was a giant earthquake or anything. Well, in that case, Holoska it is. Again, it was nice having like three, well, counting a boss, three day stages in a row after like 3 night stages. So obviously, we did the day stage of Cool Edge, so obviously we should just go in as Warhawk Sonic just to save time. I was just thinking about how the definition of town in this game is really fascinating. It's like a town can either be a giant university district or like 3 igloos. It's like, yeah, the definition of, yeah, like a town is quite varied. There are two sun medals here. I'll be real, I don't know where they are. Again, you'd think they wouldn't be that hard to find. There's like no land here. Yet I am struggling to see where they would be. Oh well, we'll find plenty in the next level, I hope. Okay, so, as, modern— I keep wanting to call him Modern Sonic, for reasons, but as, regular Sonic, I keep what was I saying? I got thrown off because I almost called him Modern Sonic. As Warhawk Sonic, we can't boost, so we have to kind of go around the level like this. Like, this is a good example, like in a hub when you fight enemies, the battle music doesn't kick in, and a lot of people wish it had just been like that, because the regular music is oftentimes a little bit better than the Werehog battle music. I see a medal just off screen. Might as well, right? I hope this isn't an Ocarina of Time. What is it, like 32 is number 1 or something? There's some like mnemonic about the Deku Scrubs, and I always misunderstand it. It's really weird. Anyway, Cool Edge Act 1. Alright. Even though we have, like, spikes on our shoes, we still have to deal with ice physics, sadly. I kind of wish maybe, you know, regular Sonic would slip around, but, you know, Werehog Sonic wouldn't. I should just say, like, Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic the Werehog. Or just Sonic and Werehog Sonic. That'd be easier than trying to be like, you know, modern Sonic and, you know, Werehog Sonic. So yeah, expect a lot of combat getting frozen periodically, and so on. Overall, this isn't, like, awful. This isn't my least favorite Werehog stage. It's probably my third least favorite, though. It's not, great. You know, I inherently dislike ice physics, to be blunt, in any game, so this game is no exception. And because Sonic feels so slick as is, I feel like ice physics don't exactly mesh well with this style of gameplay. The music is good, though. You got little penguins on the side, so that's always a plus. So we have these enemies that shoot fire. I didn't mean to throw it, I meant to actually use it like as a flamethrower, because you actually can. But that works too, just chucking them at the enemies. Could've sworn there's a way to do that. Now I'm curious, like, wait, how do you do that? Maybe triangle. I tried X and circle, and neither worked. I feel like this game suffers from trying to do something that, that doesn't inherently mesh with the design team's, like, skill set. You know, trying to make a beat-em-up, like a Sonic-style beat-em-up isn't inherently awful, but I feel like, it just kind of comes off as, you know, kind of copycat-ish when so many other games are trying it at the same time, because this was the style, gameplay genre at the time. It's like, it works. It's not, like, outstanding, but it generally works outside of a few key moments. We haven't gone to the worst of it yet. I know I am trying to be thorough. There's actually an entire area of a later Werehog stage, and I am actively considering skipping it because it's that terrible, and also kind of that useless. It's like an optional combat area that's so bad, it's like my least favorite section of the entire game, for the Werehog. So I'm considering skipping that because I'd rather not actively spend like 10 minutes on a section where I could very easily die and have to redo it all. I know I have kind of skimmed a lot of these Werehog stages, and I shouldn't because I need to be collecting medals. But there's kind of... I feel like this game isn't inherently well suited for Let's Playing, because of having so much grinding. It's like why people don't generally do tons of Let's Plays of like RPGs, because you might have to stop and grind like 5 levels. It's like why I'm amazed I got through the Mother games as well as I did. I want to say I recall Earthbound turned out okay. Earthbound Beginnings not so much, because I had to spend so much time grinding in Earthbound Beginnings. And I saw up until the Let's Play of Mother 3 quite bluntly, I got spoiled on some things. So even though I hear it's a fantastic game, it kind of took away a lot of my desire to rush to get to it. I might still do that someday. I guess there's also still part of me hoping that there'll be an official version someday. I know that's, you know, I'm very much waiting in vain in that case. It's not gonna happen, let's be real. But there's just this hope that maybe someday there'll be an official translation of Mother 3. So that door is frozen, so we need to melt it, but first we have a really annoying section. The reason this is annoying is it's hard to jump off of the poles. So like if you fall off of this section, it's really hard to save yourself, or catch yourself. If you fall off here, like if you just slip off because ice physics, then you lose out on your chance of collecting anything up here. Alright, so can I open this door? And if so, what is even behind here? A medal. Neat. Can I open this door? The answer is no, because it is frozen, so we actually need to melt the ice. It somehow caught me on fire. I don't think these enemies can actually be permanently defeated, because you have to melt the ice, so they basically respawn endlessly in areas where you need to do that. So this is always a fun type of platforming challenge, falling platforms with really bad, these really bad and frustrating physics again. So again, I was trying to jump off, but it wouldn't let me. There, I finally did it. But again, so this move is the one I was talking about for getting that moon medal back in Apatos. The one floating above the moving platform, with this uppercut move, which is, I think, XXA, or square square X, or cross, because that's what Sony says they want their X button to be called. What was I saying? We can easily reach that medal now, so that's a medal we can go back and get if we need to quickly pick up some more. Honestly, Apatos Knight wouldn't be a bad level to revisit at some point. Again, at some point we're gonna have to farm for medals, so what I'm probably gonna do is just off-screen replay like all of the night levels until we actually get enough to progress with the main story. Not ideal, but we'll make the best of it. I'll probably try to do that soon so I don't hit a roadblock later on. For now, I'm actually doing okay on just progressing naturally. So yeah, the XXYY, which is that move, is really good for like large groups. The YYXX is good for single foes. So yeah, I tend to use those combos a lot. This enemy's actually guarding pretty aggressively, so try to break the block like that. That move makes me nervous, the one where he slides like that, because I'm always worried he's gonna slide off the cliff. Because I feel like that has happened to me before, where I just slid off the level by trying to do a combo. Like there, I just lost control. Alright, so, we still have a bit of the level to go, but, I think we're gonna call it here for now. So yeah, we're gonna finish up, Cool Edge Knight, and see where we go from there. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Sonic Unleashed.